Hey there, everybody! Alright. I have been really excited to go and do more of Tales of Symphonia. We've got literally an entire new world of stuff to mess with, so yeah, we need to cross that bridge. So last time, we went and well, we went through the Tower of Salvation, and lots of really bad stuff happened. Colette is now basically just a soulless husk that is intent on killing stuff that attacks her. And we're trying to see if we can go and save her and get her soul back here in Tethala. Basically the other world that shares its mana with our original world. Whose name I totally remember right now, and I'm just not saying it for dramatic effect. But yeah. Anyways, so right now we are more or less under the supervision of Zelos here, who is the chosen of Tethala, and Priscilla is more or less just kind of got wrapped into helping us. We just literally asked her if she'd like go against what her job is and help us, and she pretty much did so without a word. So I do feel kind of bad about that, because we pretty much just got her fired for seemingly no reason. But yeah, so we need to get to the research academy to go and see if they can figure out something about the Crucius that is making Colette act the way she is. Whoa, that's a huge bridge! Listen to be amazed, bumpkins. This is the greatest drawbridge in the world. It connects the continents of Altamira and Fuji. Its control system incorporates 3,000 X-spheres. 3,000 human lives. What? What's wrong? What's with those faces? I suppose we'd better tell you. That's a pretty sobering story. Is that really true? Do you think we just make something up like that? Oh well, even so, it's not like the dead are going to come back to life at this point. It's always best to look on the bright side of things. I can't tell if he's a positive thinker or just doesn't care about anything. Since we're on the subject, you and Priscilla both have X-spheres too. Does everyone have X-spheres in this world? It doesn't sound like it's from the way Sheena talked about them. Nope. I got this from the guys who call themselves the Renegades. They distributed quite a few of them to Sheena and the Papal Knights and such. And Priscilla? Beats me. Well, little one. She's so talkative. Well, either way, I am interested to see what Priscilla is all about. Like, typically with characters like Zelos, you don't really see authors go too far in depth into, like, what they're about beyond just like, hi guys, I flirt on all the ladies everywhere I go. So, I'm curious about what's up with Priscilla. Welcome, Chosen One and travelers from Sylvrant. Here it comes. The mana is growing thin. Please be careful. You call this thin? Then Sylvrant must be a dried up husk. Yeah, I am actually really curious what the physical differences sort of feel like for peeps here who use in the group that do use mana. Well then, I'd like to take this opportunity to decide everyone's nicknames. What are you talking about all of a sudden? You can call me Mr. Zelos. Priscilla will be Little One. Colette is Miss Angel. Lloyd is Hey You, and Genus is Brat. Gee, you must have spent a long time thinking on those. Don't mention it. And then Rain will be Gorgeous Ultra Cool Beauty. I don't think I want to be called that. Then Her Highness? Those Can't you come up with something a little more normal? The professor is the professor. What else would she be? Professor. That does have a nicer ring to it. The bewitching female teacher. Oh, fine. Whatever. I don't care anymore. Okay then, Professor Rain it is. Whatever. I get the feeling Rain doesn't really know how to deal with, like, affection. I love the ocean. It's so grand. This must be fate. It's so great that we meet on this date. Let's play, let's play. No. I don't want to play with you, cat. I wasn't sure if we could summon Noish or not and just ride faster. But this isn't the world map. Ozette. What about it? I have a feeling I've heard that name before. You sure you aren't thinking of Colette? Ozette and Colette sound kind of the same, you know. Ow! You didn't have to hit me. It's like a statement so dumb that Rain didn't feel like she had to respond with words, like, at all. Just give him a smack and move on. Okay. Let's see here. How long is this bridge? Is this the end? Hallelujah. Looking at those two, they look like this. Don't they look kind of similar? You think so? They hardly ever smile, you know. A girl's just not the same without a pretty smile. Colette can't smile even if she wanted to. So don't say things like that. I'm sorry. Sheesh. Touchy, touchy. Turn the camera slowly. Let's check over here. This, like, there are parts of this that reminds me of.
This is gonna be a piece of cake.
Of Sylvarant's, like, layout. But then there's also parts where it's like, yo, what?
I wanna go home.
You wanna go home? Oh no. Now it really sounds like we just kidnapped her. Hunting beast. Okay. Beast is ready, almost ready for level up then. Is that this hill not passable? Okay. I'll make sure to use beast then. Oh, there we go. Yo, that's actually really cool looking. What here, let's set up no. Yeah, here we go. Alright, Persea Beast. I didn't mean to go and try and run around as Persea. Is this the academy? Cybeck. They did say it was across the bridge. Maybe this is actually it since we're getting cutscene. Yep, University Town, Cybeck. I hate this city. Hurry to Ozette. I'm sorry, Persea. Wait just a little minute, little one. We'll be done in a jiffy, right, Lloyd? Yeah, I'm sorry. Is she still? Yeah, she's still with us. Okay. It honestly wouldn't have surprised me if she just kind of like wasn't available during these sections. 300 gold. You trying to bleed me dry? I wish we could find out that doggo's name. Welcome. Ooh, 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 ooh. Expensive, but ooh. That's a pretty nice jump. What's this hat good for? Okay. Magic hat. There we go. And what are you about? Just a bunch of different stuff, okay. Sorry about that. So I guess the question is, where would the sender be? I guess here? This is a resource building. What the? Chef man, why were you? I am the wondrous gourmet, the wondrous chef. With just a little slight difference in temperature, it transforms into an elegant dish. I shall teach you the recipe for fried rice. Yay! Fried rice requires 2 ingredients, some type of rice and egg. Farewell. Ah, ay. Why do I feel like Sheena would be the best at preparing that dish? Okay, so I guess further this way? Hold on a second. Let me just go and clear my throat for good. Oh yeah, hey cat. Yeah, I finally found the Wonder Chef without having somebody to prompt me. Be right back real quick. I didn't know about the, I don't think you mentioned the thing about Zelos before. That's... I'm almost afraid to go and see what this will be like. Hi, you're charming. Well, I never. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not used to being hit on. I got items for it? What? Hello, my beloved. Hello, handsome. I miss you, honey. You know what to say to a lady. They're just giving me items. What kind of weird backwards world is Tethala? Honey, how are you? Chosen, please be quiet. You're no fun. Honey, how are you? Aw, you're hitting on me. Someone hit on me. Then she gave him money. Oh no. Honey, how are you? Here you go. I miss you, honey. Blush. I don't know what to think about. It's both worlds. Oh boy. I don't know what to think about him just being like, here's here's some freshly cut pellets that, you know, we found. I cannot hit on the innkeep lady. Unfortunate. Game ruined. I miss you, honey. Oh, Chosen, this is quite a coincidence meeting you here. Seaweed. Oh boy. Now I have to run around as Zealous everywhere I go. Look what you've cursed me with the knowledge of, cat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's not good. Honey, how are you? Can I help you? Yes, thank you for the apple gel. Yo! Yo, there should be word from Mel Tokyo. Ah, Chosen One, we've been waiting for you. Please come in this way. Upon receiving the reports of Colette's symptoms, we focused our attention on researching data regarding the Chosen's Crucius Crystal. Well now, so my crystal was useful. When Colette returns to normal, I'll make sure she thanks me generously. Crucius crystals are thought to be evolved forms of X-spheres. Both X-spheres and Crucius crystals are lifeless beings. What did you say? Lifeless? What? Lifeless beings. How should I put it? Basically, X-spheres are alive, though not in the same way we are. Wait, Rex, I see you chewing on that blanket. You silly doggo. Thought I wouldn't catch ya. Yes, both of these crystals are like parasites fusing with another life form. Parasites. That's not a very pleasant thought. When this happens, the mana within the body loses balance and goes out of control without Key Crest. So that's why the X-spheres without Key Crest turn people into monsters. Exactly. In other words, since Crucius crystals possess the same qualities as X-spheres, we surmise that Colette is suffering from a parasitic infection by the Crucius crystal. I see. In which case, the ritual of releasing the seal may be promoting the fusion with the Crucius crystal. Fascinating. Professor, don't talk like that after all the bad things that keep happening to Colette. Oh no. I used the wrong Tails, huh? Hold on. You know what? This is 100% in character. I wrote takes of Symphonia. I'm taking the Symphonia with me and you can't stop me. Then if she had a Key Crest, she'd return to normal, right? Yes, she should be able to freely control the Crucius Crystal if she had a Key Crest. A Key Crest, huh? I wonder if we can get one somewhere. Yes, this is true. Hi, you're charming. Yes, are you here visiting? Pineapple gel. What? Ooh. I feel like this is just like a normal routine for them, and they probably just give him items to just make him leave. like, yeah, he does have like a fan club and whatnot, but like, these people are trying to do their jobs. Ooh. Yeah, blah blah. Yeah. It's like, get out of here, water bottle. Thank you. One of these people are just gonna give me like a sword or something like that. They're gonna be like, ah yes, here you go. He like goes and hits on them, and they hand him a sword. It's like, I need you to go take out this person. It's like, oh. Okay. I guess for now, I'll just leave the building. Actually, hold on. There's this area back here I didn't check out. That lady just sighed at him. At least he doesn't have the power to hit on people who are just trying to do their job. Woof. Okay, so we need to go and get a key crest. I don't think the synopsis mentioned anything about... Yeah. I guess we'll just continue along... No, we'll continue heading over to, where, pink-haired girl lives.
I'm tired of this.
Here we go!
Don't get in my way!
Hunting beast!
Beast!
Photon!
Demon Fang!
I was hoping Double Beast would be a thing.
I want to go home.
We're going home. All of Priscilla's lines just sound too real. Hey, hey, hey! This is a force of no return. As long as I'm here, I'm not letting you go into any dangerous places like this. Are you scared? No, no, no. I just want to protect my cute honeys. Why you being a weenie? Alright, well... Maybe there is something more going on. Let's go back to the academy. Is it too late to trade Zelos in for Sheena again? And I can just do it again? Why is the game like this? Let me open the door. Yeah, I guess. Hmm. No, this right here is just a cafe. I mean, if you think about it, she said she's not interested and then gave us an item that keeps monsters away. Yep. He just, didn't quite get the memo. Yeah, it didn't actually add a holy bottle to our inventory. Alright, does the synopsis have a thing for Priscilla? What's this place? All you're selling is junk. It's marvelous. This is just marvelous. Oh, the ancient magic technological carbon. There she goes again. Ah, come on, please. Let's for something that looks like a key crest. There, it's a key crest. Well, that was easy. What? You want this piece of junk? Yeah, how much? Let's see, 10,000 gold. Taking advantage of people in need. This is business, after all. Okay, call the one responsible for this bazaar right now. I'll make sure he can't do business anymore. Who are you? You've got some guts to be ignorant of the great Zelos, the Chosen. Chosen? Please, take this junk. I humbly offer this up to you, so please forgive me. Good, good. I like your attitude. I'll remember you. Thanks, Zelos. It was nothing. It was for my cute Colette. Okay, I'll borrow a lab at the academy and fix it. It's time for Lloyd to prove that he does indeed have some thoughts going on in his head. He is not zero IQ man. Sorry to bother you, but could I borrow a lab? He wants to make a key crest. Oh, chosen one, please make use of the room you were in earlier. Okay. Why was he sweating though? Not this room. This room. I'll repair the key crest, so just wait at the entrance. Sure, sure. Okay, I think this'll do it. I didn't think I'd be giving you your birthday present like this. I need to attach a key crest to your necklace. It's late, but it's my present for you. This feels like this should be voiced. Colette, can you hear me? How is it? It doesn't seem to work. How about asking Dirk for help? But Dirk's in Silverant, and the Reynards are out of fuel. Maybe the people here in the academy might know a way. Hey, wait a moment. Aren't you forgetting something? I'm here to keep tabs on you. I can't let you go back to Silverant. Well then, just come along with us, a compassionate chosen one. What? Are you serious? You're kind to girls, right? Yeah, it's to save Colette. You'll keep quiet about it for us, right? Great. How am I supposed to snitch after hearing that? Okay, then all we need now is fuel. Chosen, we heard what you said just now. We hereby declare you and your companions traitors attempting to destroy Tathala. Huh. Well, that was perfect timing, Mr. Papal Knight. It's by the Pope's orders. We are to watch you for suspicions of plotting against the throne. Now that's amusing. I'm the one who's plotting against the throne. Restrain them and take a sample. Don't touch the angel. If you approach her carelessly, she'll kill you. Ow! Ow! What are you doing? Criminals undergo biological tests before they are arrested. It's because of the caste system here. Some half-elves don't look any different from humans. It's necessary to detect them. So, we found a match. Genus, Professor! So you're half-elves. Half-elves, is that true? That's right. Rain? There's no point in trying to hide it now. These pathetic half-elves have engaged in shameless caste deception. What did you say? The Professor and Genius are much better people than you. Who cares if they're all half-elves? I don't know what it's like in your world, but over here, half-elves are at the bottom of the caste system. Half-elves are guilty of crimes. Half-elves guilty of crimes are all executed without exception. That's insane! Take them away. Aren't we resisting arrest, though? They already were like, we're arresting you for being traitors. Are we just letting them do this? Why? Like, they're even arresting Mr. Chosen One himself. Just, you have a sword. It's two dudes. Change your plans. Half-elves can use magic, so we must keep them under heavy guard. We don't have any spare forces. We'll return to the bridge and call for reinforcements. As for the Chosen and the others, just lock them in the basement or something. We just really let them do this, huh? Who's there? Don't speak to us, half-elf. Be quiet and continue your work. They are criminals. Hold them here until we return for them. Criminals. If you've had the good fortune of being born human, don't throw it away like that. We haven't done anything. We just let ourselves get arrested. Also, they didn't handcuff the little girl. Well, you did try to go back to Silverend. Shut up. Get away. Persea? You're Persea. Why are you here? You know Persea? She's a half-elf in the Imperial Research Academy is acquainted with a human child. That's strange. Why? I told you, half-elves are treated like garbage in this world. The half-elves that work at the Imperial Research Academy never leave their labs, ever. That's insane! Let's put that aside for now. How does a half-elf like you, that can never leave here know Persea? This child is my team's research sample. Research? What kind of research? Research to manufacture Crucius crystal inside the human body. You can make Crucius crystals? Yes, theoretically, they're no different from X-spheres. By allowing them to slowly feed on a human body. What? That's the same way the designs made X-spheres. What are you talking about? I'm saying, how can you treat people that way? I could ask you the same thing. How can you humans treat half-elves' lives the way you do? I don't. I treat them the same as everyone else. There's no difference between the lives of humans and half-elves. He isn't from Tathala. Hey, Sheena's back. Thank you for saving us from our unnecessary capture. He's a strange one, who was raised in Silverant with a half-elves and a dwarf. Sheena, how did you know we... I'll explain later. Genius and Rain are being taken to Meltokio. If we go after them now, we should be able to save them. Are you planning on running away? Are you going to stop us? He's going to save his best friend, half-elf best friend. What are you going to do, Miss Half-Elf? I won't let you trick me. There's no way a human would save a half-elf. But Kate, I did hear they arrested 2 half-elves up above. Also, wait. So, if this researcher is a prisoner and she's not allowed to leave, 1, how is she even able to stop us? And 2, again, why does she care? There's no time. If you're getting in our way, we'll just have to fight you. Fine, I'll let you leave if you could promise that once you save your half-elf friends, you will come back here. If what you said is true, I'll release Priscilla from her experiment. You promise? I swear upon the name of the goddess Martel. Well, I hate the goddess Martel, so screw you. Then come here, over here. There's a hidden passage. You can escape through the surface through this door. Thanks. Hurry, we need to head to the bridge. By whose orders was Priscilla's experiment carried out? I can't say. The Pope, then. Zealous, come on. I know. Sheesh. Thank you for the map. I thought we had one already. What do you mean Zealous can't hit on her? Colette! She really doesn't respond to anything. You weren't doing anything funny to her, were you? Huh? Of course not. 'Cause it wouldn't surprise me at all if you did something like that. What do you mean by that? You tried peeking in at me in the shower before. That was just natural curiosity towards the unknown. Oh, brother. Zelos, why do we... This angel transformation definitely doesn't look like something I want to go through. Why do we have to have a sex offender in the party? Why? Why game? Alright. You know, now I kind of wonder if there's like special interactions for like different types of NPCs for each character. Damn it! I hope they're all right. Parts of the Grand Thea Bridge is a drawbridge. If they raise the bridge on us, there will be nothing we can do. Movement speed reduction resulting from conversation in transit. Yeah, Priscilla's right. We've got to hurry. It still feels like really just sort of arbitrary the way that Priscilla has been sort of thrust into the story.
This is gonna be cake. You're gonna pay.
Okay.
Not even a contest.
Like, she basically just kind of showed up and has, like, hasn't really had a major reason to be a part of our party beyond just, like, being a key to a door that one time. You will get better! You will get better! What are you doing? Nothing. I was just wishing for Colette to return to normal. I see. I hope she gets back to normal soon. Yeah, me too. Hello, cat. I thought there would be like units on the bridge trying to stop us or something like that.
They're trying to cut us off. Come on, we'll have to jump it.
We're so close to the shore, dude.
Wait,
You just
time
get
out.
wet
Are you
and
nuts?
swim.
We'll die if we fall from here. And if we abandon them, they'll die too.
Let us continue our pursuit.
Man,
Colette, you can literally fly.
Ah!
Well,
Undini, help!
Undini! Meanwhile, Colette's just sort of like, I killed them all while you were floating over here.
Safe landing due to an unknown force. No damage detected.
phew, thought I was gonna die.
Thanks, Sheena.
I'm sure glad I was able to summon her.
Colette's just like, wee, hello, I'm in the camera now.
Excuse me, but Professor Sage and Genus are...
That's right. We have to save them.
Damn! They must have escaped!
Give us back our friends.
Silence!
Oh boy. Get out of here, dudes. There's like
gonna be a piece
3 of you, and we have 2 chosen ones with us.
Hunting beast.
Here's nothing.
There we go.
Persea, no one can stand against your axe.
The enemy has been defeated. We should move on.
Cold.
Cold. Yeah, Hunting Beast looks really cool.
Lloyd! Everyone!
You came to rescue us.
Of course. You're our friends.
But we're half-elves.
I thought you were full elves.
So, what's your point?
Lloyd!
What about the Tetheala half of our group? Do you mind if we join up with you?
I'm from Mizuho. We're not exactly mainstream either. We're not that different.
To tell you the truth, I can't say I'm really kosher with this. Then again, people have always treated me differently, saying that I'm a descendant of angels. So in a way, we're a lot alike.
I just want to go home.
Persea's like, please, I don't want to stop by McDonald's, Mom. I just want to go home. I had a bad day at
see.
practice.
All right then.
I'm
By the way,
literally
why is she
crying.
here?
I have orders from my chief. I'm supposed to observe your activities.
That's typical of Mizuho. They're trying to decide if they should side with the king or you guys.
So now we have 2 people keeping tabs on us.
But I'm not trying to do anything or get in your way or anything, so...
We know that already. You're an honest person, perhaps to a fault.
At this point, I'm okay with anything. Now we just need Sheena to form a pact with Volt, and we can get those Riards working.
Volt?
Sheena?
Nothing.
And shouldn't we go get the Riards first? Either way, Volt's temple is on the other side of the Grand Tetheala Bridge. It'll be faster if we pick up the Riards, since the bridge is closed off right now.
Pick up? How are you planning on moving those things?
Just leave that to me.
You
I
see,
prepared a secret weapon just in case something like this happened.
What secret weapon?
I'm from Capsule Corp.
It wouldn't be any fun if I spoiled the surprise. Now let's get going to the Fuji Mountains.
I can't believe we're gonna have to climb that mountain again.
Alright, so... Alright. So, Rain and the kid are really half-elves. What, are you going to discriminate against them too? I'm sure it sounds like that, but you've got to understand, I've been educated this way since birth. Half-elves are stupid, savage, filthy creatures. You Don't get mad, I'm just stating the common view. Well, I haven't been around them very long yet, but I can see that they're good people, not any different from us. Good. Knowing that, but still being unable to shake this feeling, is what discrimination is all about, though. Yeah. You gotta give them time to undo the racism. Yo, are we gonna be able to kill the CEO of racism in this game? That'd be sick.
Not much of a specimen. So that's the weakness. That's it? I was just getting started.
Did you not like get Sheena literally left with the exact and came back with the exact same like HP and TP values. I'm pretty sure. So monsters really started to appear. But the regeneration ritual wasn't complete. What's going on? If it's not caused by a decline in mana, then it may be the work of Crucius. To try and hurt Colette? Can they really do something like that? It's just a conjecture. We can't say for sure. Wee beep 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 woo. Ooh, I see a treasure chest. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Misty robe.
You're in for a world of hurt.
I do definitely like Tetheala's battle theme more than Sylvan's.
No way! I was just warming up.
Bum, 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 dun, 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 dun. I hope that, like, once these things are all up and working, that it acts as our, like free roam device or whatever. Yeah, that would be really convenient.
Hunting beast! I was just warming up.
Alright. Up a day mountain.
This is gonna be a piece of cake.
Devastation! Power seal! That's photons!
That's it? I was just getting started.
Sheena's so disappointed.
Hey, Zelos, how are we going to carry these?
Oh, I'll show you. Come over here for a sec.
Nani?
Walked right into my trap, fools.
You on?
He just called you a fool.
Zelos is clumsy.
I'm so sad now.
I am so sad now.
You, retrieve the Riards.
Yes, sir.
This time you're mine, Lloyd.
Damn!
Oh, Lord Ewan, what brings you to this place?
I think I've seen that lady somewhere before.
I should ask you the same, Pronema. The role of you Desians is to wreak havoc upon the declining world.
I have come here on Lord Yggdrasil's order to retrieve Colette. Please turn her over to me.
Fine.
Can we have like 10 minutes with the party being all together, please? Just 10 minutes. That's all I'm asking. You know, it's like we'll do one cutscene. It's like party's members kidnapped. Go save them.
But in exchange for handing over the Chosen, I'm taking custody of Lloyd. I trust you have no objections.
I've received no orders in regards to him, so please do as you wish, my lord.
Colette, don't go!
A futile effort. Your words cannot reach a Chosen who has lost her soul. What is this? Why is there such a crude key crest upon the Crucius Crystal? How pathetic. I shall remove this ugly thing at once.
No! This is a birthday present that Lloyd gave me.
Colette spoke! Colette, are you back to normal?
What? Why is everyone inside that thing?
Well, that was easy.
Impossible. There's no way that pitiful key crest could restrain the Crucius Crystal.
Wow. Not bad, Lloyd.
How could this happen? Still, in the end, it is but a worthless bauble. It shan't last long. Now, come with me.
I'ma hula hoop you to death.
Whoops. Oh no! I broke it!
Colette would be the type of person to just go and like apologize to the bad guys and like sign up for a repayment plan for breaking their their torture device.
All right, good job, my little Colette. I think I'm falling in love.
Now that's our Colette.
Some things never change.
That brought back some painful memories.
Colette!
Lloyd, thank you for the present. I was so happy. I was really happy. But there wasn't anything I could do at the time.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
Behind you! You impudent! Prepare to die!
What if I held up a reverse Uno card?
You will pay for making a fool of me! Take this! Dark Spear! Ready?
Devastation!
Howard, Life Seal! No way!
Here we go!
Fire Seal! Photon! So that's the weakness.
You ready?
Oh.
Photon Tempest! Demon Ray!
Take this! Fire
Sonic
Seal!
Sword Ray!
Help is on the way. Nurse!
Hunting Beast!
Hello, nurse.
Take this!
Sonic Sword Ray!
No way! Ready?
Fool! There!
Rush Seal! Stay away!
Ma'am, your acid rain move hit like one time.
Devastation!
Sonic Sword Ray!
Beast!
This is pretty good!
That's right, I have to set this up for like the 5th time. Please, use nurse.
Understood.
Fool!
Beast!
Force Spear!
You okay?
Punish me!
Take this!
Beast!
There!
Dark Spear! Help is on the way. Nurse!
You okay?
Take this! Dark Spear! Understood.
What? Hunting Beast!
Take this! Help is on the way. Power Seal! Nurse! Stay away!
There!
Ready? Life Seal! Fire!
Pretty
Understood.
Punish me! Beast!
is on the way. Nurse! Take this! Fire seal!
Hunting beast!
Understood. Take this! Power shot seal!
Hunting beast!
I'm sorry.
Take that.
Lord, you
Nobody had to die at the last second this time. Sheena, I'm looking at you.
This is the perfect opportunity. Ewan, I'm going to settle our score.
Yo,
right
is she
now.
just dead? Like, she just disappears after the cutscene. Is she just dead?
Kratos?
What are you doing here?
Leave, Ewan. Lord Yggdrasil has summoned you.
Yeah. Are you taking the Chosen?
No, we shall leave her for now. It's the toxicosis.
I see. Lloyd, our battle will have to wait.
Bye.
He's an angel too?
Damn it, Ewan. Wait!
What are you doing?
What?
Why have you come all the way here to Tethe'ala?
I'm here to save Colette.
What good will saving the Chosen do? The relation of the two worlds vying for each other's mana will not change. Their positions have merely been reversed by the regeneration ritual.
So if their situation won't change, then why the heck should we care about sacrificing our friend to a system that is just perpetually screwing over half of the people? Like seriously.
Has Tethe'ala begun to decline?
Especially because, like, we've proven that travel between worlds exists. Just mass migrate everybody. There you go. Have one world with all of the mana instead of two with, you know, all the mana and one with no mana.
The Tower of Salvation can still be seen from this world as well. As long as that exists here, it means that this world is still flourishing. Although in the event that the Chosen becomes Martel's vessel, Tethe'ala will surely bid farewell to its era of prosperity.
Damn it. Isn't there anything that can be done? Yggdrasil's the one that built this twisted world.
Lord Yggdrasil does not consider it twisted.
Well, your Lord Yggdrasil is dumb and doesn't know how to pronounce his own name as Yggdrasil.
If you want to do something about it, use your own hand.
Yeah, no, that's fine. When I ask those kind of questions, Kat, you don't need to go and, like, give me a real answer for it.
I thought you weren't going to make any more mistakes.
Yeah, I'll do it. This stupid system of two worlds stealing mana from each other. I swear I'll change it.
Well, do your best.
No, I get that vibe. Oh, so she is alive. She just
I remember.
stopped talking and being in the cutscene once we beat her. That's so silly.
That Pronema was the one on the projector at the Asgard Ranch.
That means she's a Desian.
Now that Kratos came to interfere and all, it looks like the Desians and Crucius are really the same organization.
It would appear that Ewan is connected to Crucius as well.
This is all so confusing. In other words, they're all our enemies, right?
Yes. That means we must be careful of everyone, including the renegades.
Colette, is everything else back to normal? Besides your voice, can you feel things and such?
Yep, I think I'm okay.
Yay!
Thanks, everyone.
No more
You
suffering.
know what? I think I'm hungry for the first time in a long while.
We can name cat dogs
That's
again.
It looks like I still have wings though.
Oh. Just like I thought. Colette is definitely cuter when she smiles.
Shut up,
Let's
Zelos.
see. You're... Zelos?
Oh, you remembered my name. We Chosen have to stick together, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Now what shall we do? Since Colette has regained her soul, there's no need for us to head immediately back to Silverant, but...
We know what we have to do. We're going to search for a way to save both worlds in order to prevent any more Chosen like Colette.
I'm welcome to be proven wrong, but I'm just going to call it here that Zelos is going to do nothing of note throughout the story beyond just be the person who goes and flirts on all the girls for the sake of the writer.
I agree with Lloyd. I promised Sheena too.
Colette.
What about Presea? It's not fair to keep dragging her around like this.
I want to go home.
Oh yeah, that's right. We need to bring Presea to that Kate chick.
Unfortunately, I doubt we can use the Grand Tetheala Bridge anymore.
Just, you know, have Undyne float us, you know, back onto the bridge.
I have contacts in Meltokyo. Let's ask them for help.
But we're wanted traitors. Can we even get into Meltokyo?
Leave that to me. I know Meltokyo like the back of my hand.
All right, we're counting on you, Zelos.
Time to go in that
You
sewer
got it.
system they wouldn't let me in
You always
earlier.
Count on me. Now, my honeys, we're off to Meltokyo.
Colette,
What's wrong, Lloyd?
welcome back.
I'm glad to be back.
It's like we have a water spirit in a place abundant with water. Also, my dude, what were you going to show us that would have magically fixed our airship problem? Like, you just went there and then they ran off with the things.
It just wasn't your day.
You're Presea, right? I feel like I'm just looking at myself from just a short while ago.
Not much of a specimen.
I do definitely feel like compared to the Tales games I'm used to playing, this definitely feels like it has way shorter skits. Like they just like are like not even like a minute long half the time, and I think part of that might just be because with there not being voice acting to them, they can probably just throw them out a lot easier and cheaper than it would be if they were voiced.
Not much of a specimen.
I imagine with the other ones, it's like, you know, if you're already getting them in the booth to go and voice a skit, you may as well actually have them like, you know, do more than just like a single line.
Not much of a specimen.
You ready for this? Spirit seal! Like that? Proton! Like that?
I feel like Kasai would be in great pain if he saw how Sheena was using up all of her TP so quickly. Zealous, you hate half-elves, right? I don't like them, anyway. Then why are you coming along with us on our journey? Well, in the end, we're the same lot, really. What do you mean? No one wanted us to be born. You see, I flirt with every woman I know because I was abandoned by my mother as a child. She hated the fact that I was a chosen and wished that I had been a normal child so that she wouldn't have had to go and lose them to me being taken away as a small child, but so that the Pope and the people of Tetheala could take advantage of the fact that I'm the chosen one. Honestly, I'm way more curious about where Genis and Rain come from beyond just like they were in the village. Because it feels like there's a whole bunch of stuff that they, like, even now haven't told us about. That I'm just waiting for them to be like, oh yes, actually, hello, my name is Rain, I am also an angel, or something, you know? Like, Rain and Genis, like, were, like, probably the most standing out people in the city, beforehand. And it's like even more so as the story goes on. Chosen one, I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you to pass. While it pains me terribly to say this, you and your companions are currently wanted. What now? You said to leave it to you. Now, just hang on. I told you to leave it to me. For my cute honeys, I'll show you the special entrance. Follow me. We, the guards, do not care about you saying this and will allow you to go around the perimeter without trying to capture you. That's what it means to be wanted. Well, what is this place? The underground sewer. Wastewater from the city flows out from there. This is a pretty good way of sneaking in. Well, Motokyo's gate closes at night, so I use this a lot to get back home. Why don't you go home until night? If you'd like me to show you, I'd be happy to educate you tonight. It was a joke! Don't get so jealous now, Sheena. You've got to be kidding me! Why is Sheena so upset? You'll understand when you're older. Enemy presence detected. There is danger. Yeah, let's be careful as we go. Our boy... Zelos, why are you like this? Why are you like this?
This is gonna be a piece of cake. Hunting beast.
Light! Photon!
Persea's just sort of like, I'm detecting an enemy. It's Zelos. He's here. Every time I go to say Zelos, though, I instinctively want to start saying Xenos from Final Fantasy XIV.
Just warming up.
%, output should be sufficient.
Power shield! Light! Photon!
No way.
Sonic sword! No way!
Heavy tiger blade.
You gotta be kidding me!
Demon bang. No way.
All this poison.
Okay.
Light! Photon!
Just as I expected.
I expected to get poisoned. It was all part of my plan. Oh, I'm full on... Am I full on gem 2, level 2 gems? Let's see here. Oh, so it's his personal that allows that. Okay, I see. I wonder what it'll be this time. I can't wait to find out. Hey-ya! Huh, it looks like the path got wider. No, we got smaller. I guess so. Really? You're right. But we can't do anything like this. Oh, I see. Now I can do this and that without anyone finding out it's me. Oh, brother, how can you be thinking about something like that? Oh, is that how that works? But how do we get back to normal? Now that you mention it, this panel. I see. It appears that stepping on this panel restores to our size. Hey, when we're this form, we can even walk on spider webs. Look at this awkward walk animation. He's just like, I'm power walking, like, hup up 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 up.
50% output should be.
Yeah, I did know about the leaning thing. I just wasn't sure what caused it to go one way or the other. Every time I would ask people about it, they were saying that it didn't really matter one way or the other. Like there were different abilities for each one, and it's not like X is like the definitive like super ultra good and you're bad if you do otherwise kind of thing. So memory gem found. To be honest, I kind of thought it was the thing that would determine it would be more of a would be more based off of what's like what move you use. This door's locked. Zealous, didn't you say you knew the route well? Huh, that's weird. It was never closed when I came through here. Someone may have expected us to come this way. Well, what? Then we can't go through this way. Let's try and think of a way to open this door. Yeah, I'm sure we'll manage it somehow. Ooh, level 3. Okay.
Not much of a specimen.
No way!
Photon!
No way!
Are you okay? First aid. Devastation. Die.
Power seal!
That's that.
I know, right? It's like, please, I need this. Spirit ring. Going to be a fixed rate during the... Okay. Hop, 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 hop. Well, that's not working. What's further up? Oh, this is... Wow, this is a huge machine! Oh, so that's a trash compactor. Trash compactor? Matokyo's incombustible trash is thrown away through a hole called a dust chute and collected here. The collected trash is compacted by this block into blocks. After it's converted into blocks for easy transport, they're taken to a large garbage processing facility, where it will then be dumped into a landfill for about 800 years. I wonder if we can use it for something. Boop, 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 boop. Trash backup achieved. Well, that didn't work. This must be the one further down. Thank you for skipping the long cutscene. Let me grab it. Let me grab it. No. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like anytime you can, like, do avoid doing a sewer level, you should probably just do that. Like, it's one of those things where you're just like, why have you done this? Like, this is definitely a place where, like, everyone here would want to take a shower immediately upon getting out, and would probably be just nauseous walking around in here. Boo 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 boo. Bum 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 bum. We're in the sewer temple. We're here to break the sewer seal. What do you mean? What am I missing here? Can I not use the machine anymore? Does that mean I've done everything I'm supposed to?
More battles? No way! Are you okay? Ready? Strike!
None of my what?
Are you okay? Annoying! First aid! Sonic sword! I call upon the red giant, the ruler of hell to I summon thee. Come, Ifrit!
I will reduce you.
Devastation!
Sheena's like, I am going to ruin these sewer animals.
Rush seal! Photon!
Was that a bit...
Yeah. Meat's on the menu, boys.
Fierce demon fang! Fierce demon fang! Like that!
Don't get in my way!
No way!
Power, sonic sword! Don't get in my way!
I was just warming up.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away in the sewers. So that's how you get over there. I like how we could make that jump when we were small, but not big. Forward and forward and forward and forward. Nope. Okay. I feel like I'm still missing something. Oh wait, now I see. Now I see. They're the spider webs. I just like didn't even notice them at first because they were like so incidental. Come on. Come on. No! That was an accident. Just hold on a second. I think doesn't need to go like right over there. So there's not a web here. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna presume that's all I needed that for. And move on with my sewer-based life.
Reinforcements, huh?
Fierce demon fang! Light photon! Thrust! No way! Inflict sonic sword ring!
Like that?
Impossible! Infliction!
Come on.
Photon!
Beast!
Sit still. Take the beating.
You gotta be kidding me!
There we go.
Go home.
I feel you, Priscilla. I want to get away from Zelos too. Bum 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 da 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 da. Bum 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 bum. Interesting. Okay.
This is gonna be a piece of cake.
Photon! Sonic sword ring!
Devastation! Beast!
No! Fierce demon fang!
Are you okay?
Come on.
No way!
Are you okay?
First aid! Infliction!
That's it? How's this get?
Thanks for the thanks for the recover there, Rain. Oh, you know what? I bet I can go through those bars when I'm tiny. What? Oh, there was a switch. Okay, so now I need to get a block in over here. Hey, there wasn't a spiderweb over there before. Yeah, that was kind of weird. Is it just like a developer measure to make sure I don't clear the puzzle too easily or something? Bum, 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 bum. Huh. Okay, so it didn't break. Nothing like the magic of good old block puzzles. Very engaging gameplay. Alright. More block puzzle.
%50 output should be sufficient.
No way! Fierce demon fang! Sonic sword ring! Like that? Sonic sword ring!
Friction.
No way!
Just a little more. There we go.
I want to go home.
More webs, I'm guessing. Yep. Okay. Now do the whole long drawn out block puzzle again. Fun. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, a 5, and a 6, and 7, and an 8. Come on. There. Black? Thank you. Nope! Why does it have to be so janky to grab the block? Why are these prompts like this? Come on. Thank you. Alright. Okay, so don't push it over the edge this time, and all will be well. Alright. And 1. 2. Okay. There you go. Backwards. Boom. Come on. Boo doo 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 dun 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 dun. And now to run a mile back to push the block some more. At least let me jump back down there to where it is. That'd be nice. Finally. Am I saved from block puzzle hell now?
More battles? Okay.
I will make you heal me.
Be careful.
Sonic Sword Blade! Hunting Beast! Are you okay? First aid! Sonic Sword Blade! Like that? Are you okay? Run! No way!
You use recover on Sheena, but not me, huh, Rain?
Hunting Beast! Like
What's up with that?
Are you okay? First aid! No way! Are you okay? No way!
You'd use recover on anyone but me. No, this is a call-out post to Rain. Picking on poor Lloyd. Dun, dun, dun. Bum 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 bum. All right. Freedom. Freedom at last. When I thought there was freedom, I was wrong.
This is gonna be a piece of
There was just more slimes.
Here we go! Powered Life Seal! Side Tempest! Photon! Fire Seal! Get ready! Now! Photon Tempest! No way! Sonic Sword Blade! Are you okay? Devastation! Beast!
Now you feel like using it on me now that I've gone and complained about it.
Are you okay? First aid! Sonic!
I was just warming up.
Alright, close to anything new? Demonic Thrust. Okay.
How many of you are there?
Sonic Spirit Seal! Photon! Sonic Power!
Actually, do I have a stronger version of Sonic Thrust? Supersonic Thrust, there we go.
Supersonic Thrust! Power Supersonic thrust!
Don't get in my way! Die. Are you okay? First aid!
Hunting beast!
Devastation!
Take!
Are you okay?
Take! Just as I expected.
Uh-oh. Further making the race. Wee.
This is ridiculous!
No way!
Photon! No way! Are you okay?
Supersonic thrust!
Beast!
Like
Die. Don't get in my way!
Supersonic thrust!
Light! Photon!
Take!
I want to go home.
Thunderbolt. What is Thunderbolt? Is that like a weapon of some kind? Oh wait, I can just go to items and then new. So, okay, so it is a weapon.
This is ridiculous!
Welcome back, cat.
No way!
It's always kind of interesting, like pretty much every time you come you're in, it's I can sort of like there'll be a moment about like partway through where you'll be quiet for about half an hour or so. I'm like, cat's taking a cat nap. How sweet.
No way! Are you okay? First aid!
Just as I expected.
I'm still in the sewer. Hi, bye. It's like this sewer just never ends. Card of Lightning. Yeah, that happened for me yesterday in the Legend of Heroes stream. It was definitely a weird kind of vibe, being like, ah yes, I see, it is 1 o'clock again.
Not much of a specimen.
Devastation! Supersonic thrust!
Photon!
So this is what it's like to fight giant rats.
Supersonic thrust!
Don't get in my way!
Alright!
Yep. Who knew we all had access to such a powerful ability? It just has a, really long cooldown. Cutscene? Cutscene.
What's going on?
I sense danger.
No, really.
We've been waiting for you, travelers from Silverhunt. The Pope promised to lighten our sentences if we got rid of you. We've got nothing personal against you, but we need you to die.
So he gave us sticks.
Not much of a specimen.
Here we go! Supersonic thrust!
Fire seal! Photon!
Easy. Spear, Steven. No way. No way. Heavy tiger. Spear, Steven. No way. Easy. Easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this was one of those, like, yeah, convicts, you'll totally be able to go and take on the two Chosens with just, you know, some sticks and rags.
Evil doesn't stand a chance.
Genius has acquired Dreaded Wave.
Don't move. If you move, the Chosen dies. Understand?
Hi, handsome.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You think you can get away with doing something like this to the Chosen?
One who plots the destruction of the world can no longer be deemed chosen.
Why do I recognize this man's voice actor?
Oh. Hey, Lloyd. If you abandon me here, I swear I'll come back to haunt you.
Zelos, you have the most, like, oh, I'm just slightly bothered by this tone in this line.
I just had a sudden violent urge to abandon you.
Whew.
You are... Retreat for now.
How they expecting this man to go and capture anyone when he still, like, has his hands bound together?
Damn, these guys are too strong.
Looks like it's over for now.
Thank goodness everyone's okay.
Why do I feel like Genius just learned a really cool spell? Dreaded Wave. Advanced Earth Magic. Ooh. Mimic.
Not much of a specimen.
Not you again.
There. Eruption.
Help is on the way. Nurse!
No way. My way. Wanna charge? Thunderblade.
Are you okay?
First aid.
I'ma just hang out here.
Are you okay?
First aid. Burn. Eruption.
My name is Lloyd. I have 0 elemental damage. Oh, I know. Wait a minute.
All right.
Try this. Wanna charge? Thunderblade.
Help is on the way.
No way.
Nurse!
Thanks. No way.
No way.
Come get some.
Are you
Ear
okay?
thrust. First aid.
Wins now.
Sonic thrust. No way.
Try this. Pancakes. Don't bother me. Beautiful.
Take.
Get him.
So, my elemental damage does nothing. He did not care. Elixir was found. Ooh, those sound pretty nice. Ooh. Ooh, one boop. Ooh. We finally made it into the city. Yeah, we can meet my friends. Where are your friends? At a place called the Elemental Research Laboratory. I learned my summoning arts there. It was also where Corinne was born. Okay, let's go to the Elemental Research Laboratory place then. Yeah, I think I'm also still kind of feeling the effects of daylight savings time and the change and all that. So I'm probably going to just find an inn to rest and then end it here for the night. Good news. I might be able to get Steel Kasai for another like co-op session this Saturday. So it's not a normal like stream night for me, but it's one of those things where his because how his schedule works, if I can snag him, I'm willing to do like an like you know a normal or like an unscheduled stream. So, anyways, thanks for coming by. This was a lot of fun, though. I wish the sewers didn't take as long as it did. But that's it's in the past now. Hopefully they never force you to run through those sewers again. Either way, you take care and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.